Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Excalibur. It's a tier 6 premium tank destroyer, which is a British tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Kharkov, and it's under the command of Alephus of FARTR. Game on! Well, it's a map you haven't seen for a while, but it's mainly down to the fact that, of course, it has been a war zone. Wargaming took it out of the rotation immediately that it happened, the Russo-Ukrainian war. Anyway, this replay is from 2021, and it was sent to me by Alephus, see if I could actually do it for him. And of course I can, because I keep all the old clients. And so, yep, I produced this video. Now you can see that it's a 76mm main gun. It's capable of doing 150 alpha and 165mm pen with standard ammo, and with the APCR that goes up to 192. And he's also got HE rounds which are capable of 190 alpha but only 70mm of pen. It's basically an airborne tank. It was designed to be dropped. It's 30 tons in weight, so it's quite heavy. And it's got a lot of hit points for a tier 6, but it can do a lot of damage. And he just got a shot on a VK3001P, who is now being torn apart at long range. And I don't think he can see who's doing it to him. Oh, that one dropped. Wasn't as very accurate, but you can see the fire rate is actually quite good. Now, he lost sight of the VK, but there it is, and there's a KV-1 there now. You can see the dispersion is actually quite high, and that's not good. IKV about to fire this direction. Oh, we're now getting damage on him. You can see some of the shells just going wild at long range. The VK might go down with this shot, next shot. Oh, no, it bounced off the armor. And he's holding fire for a second. A lot of our teammates are down low. Oh, and he does get him. You can see that their guys were actually moving up. And now we do have to pull back because that guy is within the bush mechanic. And therefore we would get spotted if we fired. That one hit the tracks. Standard reload, 4.31 seconds. You can see Alephus has got 4.11. And although the enemy's done fairly well to get close to our guys on this corner, I think they are doing so at the cost of their hit points. And we can see that KV-1 taking more damage, and he's 2 shots away from being wiped out. Next shell should kill him. Oh, we tracked him. And he does go down, but not to us. He goes down to the M6. Okay, but they just keep poking out. And that Skoda doesn't have the armor against this 75mm gun. Or 76mm gun, actually. Not 75. No, didn't get that one in. You've got to watch out for KV-1s. They can always fool you in terms of, not fool you, but you think that you would get an easy pen, but you won't get it unless you put it in the right spot. That one went through the side of the turret. Oh, and there's the IKV. Well, we'll definitely have him. In fact, an HE round would have been better for him. And he does get the kill on that one. That's his second kill of the game. Yeah. Oh, he's got a fire. He got exactly the right spot that time. You don't always get it right on target, though. The dispersion's so high that occasionally just shell won't go near where you want it to go. It's also got a funny way that the guns are ranged, because at the front, as you can see here, or he's still looking at the enemy, you can see that there's a little turret at the front of the vehicle, which means you can back the rear of the vehicle into cover and then just turn the turret, not the actual vehicle. So the vehicle doesn't have to be mobile, and you don't have to move the vehicle in order to get shots on the enemy. Okay. The enemy's 2 up on us at the moment. Got the M6 down there, and he's holding that corner against the enemy. Now, if the enemy does turn up that corner, we're going to have to back up to then get shots without being spotted. And I'm worried that one of the enemy is going to try and come around him and get him from the rear. In fact, it is a KV-1S. He did fire. Was he spotted? Yes, he was. In fact, now the enemy knows where we are, and we have to back into cover. But we can still fire at the KV-1S, except we're probably going to take rounds from him. Yeah, we took a round from the Skoda instead there. And we blind fired and killed the KV-1S. But we did take another round from the Skoda, who's sitting on the corner watching what's going on. There's another KV-1, and he's out. So that's 4 kills now for Alephus. Maybe we'll be able to go back to Kharkov in the near future, because, of course, as you know, it's more than likely going to be a ceasefire, in which case then the war will be not all but over. It's still going to be, they'll still need the ceasefire for a peace treaty and everything. Oh, we're taking fire from the VK now. That's it, he's backed away just enough. We're still taking rounds. It's there, yep. But so the map might be put in the rotation once the war is over. This one was only in this rotation because, of course, I still had to do this replay for Alephus because he wanted to see it again. Oh, the T150 knows we're here. Well, that's one. Remember, the T150 is basically an overgrown KV-1 with extra armor on the front and the rear, just as the KV-220 was a KV-1 with extra armor. Makes it slightly difficult to kill, but of course the guns it can carry are also better because, of course, it's got more horsepower. Going for the cupola, and remember, this thing's not very accurate on shots like that, but he does get that one. And he's just racking this up. But that guy's getting close now, so we're going to have to back away, because otherwise we're going to get proximity spotted, in which case anybody who's around who can see where the T150 is looking is going to get shots. Oh, this is cheeky. He's actually managed to get down from that rise, and I think he's trying to get around the T150. He thinks we're still up there. We're not. And now he can take this guy out. He's waiting for the reload. Oh, no. Didn't get that. He's going to have to back up. Oh, no, he's not going to back up. He's just going to take the guy out. Oh, he didn't get it. The kill went to our VK3001D. And I don't know if that was sarcastic, but yes, I think after all the work he did, he doesn't get the kill, but he has got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might actually have a high caliber. Now, remember, we were down by 2 tanks at one point. Now we're up by 4. We can see the budgie in the distance. We're marking him as spotting him for our teammates. But whilst we're doing that, we're putting rounds into him. We could get another kill. Oh, he did get it! So that's another kill. 5 kills now. There's only 2 enemies remaining. The Arty, the SU-122A, which of course is a tier 5. Not very accurate, but can be deadly at close range. And a Jackson. Now, the Jackson's going to be more of a problem. 90mm main gun, and there he is. So this is where life gets difficult. He auto-aims on to get his first shot in to try and hold the guy back. Now, at this range, that 90mm can be very, very difficult. And the enemy RT here, yes, is firing rounds in. Now, we should go round the outside of him and come round the other side of him, come from the rear, but we're engaging him from this direction. Auto aims on. That's where this thing's good, because you can play like this. Hide and seek. Well, not hide and seek, actually. It's just... it's rocker bang. Oh, Jackson did get us. Actually, I should be saying peekaboo or peekaboom. So we got 5 kills, but we missed out on that last one. I don't think it's going to be difficult for our teammates to finish that guy off, especially for the T78, because of course he's also got a 90mm, but based on the Chappie chassis, which means he's a bit faster than the Jackson. Jackson's based on the Wolverine hull, but with a 90mm gun. It's basically the same turret as the, same hull as the Wolverine, just a slightly different gun. He knows we're in the cap, and in fact, there's two in the cap now, so he has to come and try and get a reset. In fact, we're not even bothering to wait. We're going to go after him. He does fire one at us, but the Wizzy 131 GFT kills the Jackson and wins the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Alephus of FARTR in the Excalibur. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he ended up getting 5, one short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He did get the high caliber in that game. He did the most damage in the game overall, at least over 1,000 hit points of damage. In fact, he got far more than that. His win rate was 18,812, which is super unicum and a lot more. So he was well performing in this Excalibur, but unfortunately the Jackson was just better on the draw. And yes, when he was going to peekabang, I think the Jackson knew exactly where to put the shell to take down Excalibur, which of course is most this lower part area of the tank. Anyway, let's have a look at team score. 5,068 hit points of damage. That's a huge amount. The next highest scorer was KB1S, who managed 2,283, followed by the KB1 on the enemy team, 1,705. So yes, he well performed past his teammates and the enemy team. He also got the highest number of kills, 5. 3 kills went to the Jackson on the enemy team, and that included him as well. 2 kills went to the Wizzy 131 GFT, the M6, and the T78. And on the enemy team, their KB1, their T150 both got 2 kills as well. And when it came to base XP, look at that score, 1,959 base experience points, nearly 2,000, nearly close. The next highest scorer being the VK3001D, who kill-stealed, remember, because he took the kill away by killing the T150. He kill-stealed, and he got only 671 base XP. If he'd allowed that one to go to Alephus, Alephus would have had at least the top gun. So at least he would have had that, even if he didn't kill the Jackson. But sadly, that guy denied it from him. So the next highest base XP after that was the T78 on his team, who managed 628. So these guys are all very poor performance. And of course, that guy who kill-stealed was the one who's the second highest, but he was nowhere near Alephus, 3 times as good as him. Anyway, let's have a look at the detail. He fired 58 rounds in the game. This vehicle actually carries 60, so he was very close to running out of ammunition. He got 46 direct hits and 36 penetrations, 5,068 hit points of damage, of which 1,965 were at more than 300 meters. 7 hits received from the enemy, 6 of those were penetrations, 1 non-penetration. It is fairly thin armor. The thickest armor is actually on the front of the hull. It's 50mm, and the same on the turret as well, right on the front of the vehicle. But on the sides of the turret, it's 30mm, whereas on the sides of the hull, it's 25. So yes, it's fairly well armored. If you think 50mm is good enough, but it's nowhere near enough for a 90mm round, which is why that Jackson just carved straight through with his 90mm. So, yes, that's why he got taken down in the end. 135 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 282 hit points of damage resistance. If he'd been allowed to remain unspotted, he might have been able to take down that Jackson without losing too many hit points, but I'm afraid he did. He earned 70,356 credits on a premium account, but yes, he did still suffer a lot of loss of ammunition, 36,640 loss there. Again, down to the fact that, again, using premium ammo. And he did get a personal reserve bonus out of the game as well. And he earned 9,697 experience points because, of course, he got a ×2 day on a very good score to start with, 1959. But in the premium account, that is a lot higher. So, yes, he did very well. And I'm sure I know why he wants to see this replay, because it was a very high base XP as well as a high win 8. But sadly, he didn't get the Top Gun he probably wanted on this one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay and a sight of Kharkov again. Of course, we're all going to be seeing it, a lot more of it in the near future if the ceasefire holds, which will be nice. Just hope it does, and then maybe we can all go back to, well, we probably won't want to go and see Kharkov because, of course, from what we know, it's already been completely wrecked, and most of the people who live there have now left. But certainly, of course, Kharkov does have a lot of significance in tank making, because that's where one of the big tank factories that the Soviets had during the Second World War. So, yes, it might still have some unique charm or pull, but rather I think not. I think it's more than likely people won't want to go to Kharkov, because it'll still be rebuilding for the next 20 years. At least that's what I think. But well done to Alephus for showing us how he can perform in the Excalibur. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.